I'm going to do the preview of the Baylor versus UCF volleyball games. And first of all, I want to explain the records for both of these teams. Baylor's 10-7 overall, but 4-3 in the conference. While UCF, on the other hand, is 16-2 overall, 7-0 in the conference. But I will say, up front, they have not played Texas at all, nor Baylor, nor Houston, nor BYU. I mean, I'm just telling the truth when you look at it. So this is really their first true test in conference. Yes, they played Cincinnati, but in Oklahoma. Oklahoma's like one of the worst teams in the conference, though. And they played Texas Tech and even West Virginia. So yeah, they did play Kansas State, and they survived that 3-2. So, and I don't know up front, for Baylor side of things, Kendall Stowers will play in this match. She did not play in the last two matches against Cincinnati, and the games against UCF will be on October 21st at 2 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus or Live Stats. Well, the next day, it's at noon Central Time on ESPN2 and Live Stats. So I'm just going to put that up front about what time and everything. And I'm going to put the stats in the description below for UCF as well as their roster, so y'all could go back and forth and see who's the best players and all that. So obviously the best, I mean, some players to keep an eye on, like Abby Shomers, number 1. A 6-foot setter, that's a redshirt freshman. 30 kills on 56 attempts with 2 attacking errors, but 691 assists on the year. 16 service aces, 23 service errors, 136 digs, 24 blocks, 2 of those are solo, 5 blocking errors, 4 ball handling errors. The next player is Chloe Shear, number 2. A 5'8" libero / defensive specialist. That's a senior. Whether that's a grad senior or not, I have no clue. 2 kills on 5 attempts with 1 attacking error, 53 assists, 23 service aces, 32 service errors. So, yeah, they could serve well, as you could tell, on those 2 players. 207 digs, 16 receiving errors. That's it. Now, the next player I would mention is Abby Hansen, number 9. And that's a 6'5" middle blocker. That's a grad senior from Oregon, believe it or not. $152 kills on 279 attempts with 45 attacking errors, 2 assists. Okay, no service aces, no service errors, so you don't have to worry about that. 9 digs, 2 receiving errors, 58 blocks, but 17 of those are solo. 4 blocking errors, 1 ball handling error. Now, Ava Amor, no, A-R-M-O-U-R, I apologize if I mispronounce that name. 6'5" outside hitter, that's a freshman. Okay, so 161 kills on 409 attempts, which is the most on the team, with 58 attacking errors. Second most on the team in terms of kills, actually. But you get the point. 5 assists, 26 service aces, 41 service errors. 107 digs, 8 receiving errors, 29 blocks, 4 of those are solo, and 1 blocking error. Now, the next player to keep an eye on is Kaylin Grimes, number 11. 5'6" libero / defensive specialist. That's a junior. Okay, so 1 kill on 5 attempts, which that's nothing, I know. 10 assists, 25 service aces, 22 service errors. 104 digs, 19 receiving errors, which is the second most on the team. And that's it. Now, the next player to keep an eye on is Lauren Clark, number 13. Six-foot outside hitter. That's a grad senior. She was at Florida Gulf Coast and Penn State, too. So I don't know if she just grad transferred there or what. I'm just saying where she transferred from. Okay. 138 kills on 315 attempts with 44 attacking errors, 2 assists, 2 service aces, 1 service error. Okay, now defensively, 21 digs, 1 receiving error, 10 blocks, 1 solo. One of those is solo, 2 blocking errors, 1 ball handling error. Now, Claudia Dillon is the next player to keep on, number 15. 6'2" middle blocker. That's a grad senior. Like, she was at Missouri, but I don't know if it was like particularly last year or what. But still notable. 134 kills with 253 attempts with 32 attacking errors, 5 assists, 26 service aces, 14 service errors. 50 digs, 5-0, yeah. 37 blocks, 7 of those are solo, and 2 blocking errors. Now, the last player to keep an eye on is Emily Wilson, number 26. A 6'3" outside hitter, that's a junior. She was at San Diego previously. Not sure if it was last year or what, but still. 211 digs, 211 kills, my bad. Which is the most on the team, by the way. On 571 attempts with 90 attacking errors, which leads both in both categories for the team here. 17 assists, 37 service aces, 21 service errors. 146 digs, 21 receiving errors, 26 blocks, 11 of those are solo, and 2 blocking errors. And I'm doing this in advance here. Yes, I get they're unbeaten, but they have not played a lot of great teams. Yes, Kansas State's a good team, and they beat us. But I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out up front, they have not played a ranked opponent yet on the road in the Big 12. So this is their first real test on the road for them. Obviously, you got to limit your errors across the board. And like I said, I don't know if Kendall Stowers will be able to play in this match or not. And I know Manuel Bimbe was trying to stop her right leg. So I don't know what it was, like a cramp or what, but she played through it. But still, you got to have other players step up if one of those two or both are not going to play. If Kendall Stowers does play, that really helps Baylor a lot. That's another option out there on the court. And your best player, I would say. Like I said, limit your errors across the board. You got to serve well, of course. You don't want the team to serve well on you, so you got to receive well, pass well. Of course, you want to outdig the other team. You want to outblock them, potentially. And limit their blocks as well. That's the truth. You don't want them to block. And force them to be out of the system instead of making you out of the system. Of course, you try to find a way to get out of system kills if possible. You don't want overpasses and make them do the overpasses. Instead, of course, you want to make them mess up with attacking errors and not giving them some clean angles and shut down their best. Basically slow down their best players as much as possible and exploit the weaknesses on the team. And I'm sure the coaching staff is already looking at them right now as we speak and say, okay, this is their strength. Let's try to take it away. Of course, you got to play solid defense. Of course, I know you got to make adjustments on the fly, not just during the match, but from day 1 to day 2. And I know Ron McGuire went as 16-1 after losing in day 1 match, but I would prefer to win game 1 against UCF because it really would help the Big 12 standings right now. It would. We already got 3 conference losses. But 2 of those conference losses were 3 sets of 2. And at least we're at home for this. And I don't know if UCF is going to be ranked or not. I know they're going to be at least receiving votes. But they might be ranked. And Baylor should definitely be ranked after a 2-0 week. After wins against Cincinnati. It's a matter, both of those, it's a matter of how much will they move up. If they do move up. I mean, Arizona State, some other teams in front, lost in front of them. Like, directly. So I'm just saying, I'm just pointing that out. And I'm going to put that in the title for both those teams. If they're ranked or not. And say what the ranking is. Like, 20 Baylor versus number 25 UCF. But you get the point. Of course, you want to do really good on side out. And don't let UCF be really good on side out. I mean, it's the truth. Because you don't want to allow so many points in the road to a certain team. Of course, you want to do that as well. But if you're up in the match, put them away early. And I know it's not going to be easy against UCF. And I'm not going to say they're a bad team at all. Oh, no, they're good. But I know in the Big 12, though, they have not played somebody on the road that's ranked. I mean, that's the thing. But you cannot, obviously, you cannot overlook them for Texas for next week, the following 2 games here, because you got to focus on the here and now. You got to stay focused. You got to come out with energy and try to take the wind out of their sail early. I mean, and especially in a home environment. I mean, you're at home. Of course, you just need to find a way to not have so many errors. I mean, you got to start fast. Just to not give the other team some confidence. I mean, and this is probably going to be a war with this team potentially. So, got to be prepared for that. And I'm sure they will be. And hopefully, like I said, Kendall Stowers does play for Baylor here. Because that would give another option. If nothing else, you got to have Riley Simpson step up. At least McGee. That's just taking 2 examples. And Ali Check. Of course, Alicia Andrews. Manuela Bimbimbe. In terms of the kill category, of course, you got to play solid defense. And you try to out-hustle the other team, of course. If there's a free ball that comes out your way. And it lands on your side of the net. You need to find a way to take advantage of it. I mean, it's the truth. And I would also say, too, that try to get exploit their weaknesses as much as possible and try to get UCF out of rhythm. I mean, it's the truth. And of course, like I said, you got to make adjustments on the fly, not just day 1 to day 2 against this team. But I'm talking about during the match. And seeing what you need to do in order to make some adjustments. Of course, you don't want to have... If they could hit it... if you could force UCF to have a lot of attacking errors, and you try to get them as many errors as possible. But the service errors you can't really control. You can't. But as you can tell, they could serve the ball really good at times. So you got to be aware of that. And you got to pass well, because in order to get some kills, you got to pass well. And of course, you don't want to get like a misfire, like the ball hit the net or gets blocked. You got to be precise and clean as possible in this match. So anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe and see you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 or more. Liking the video, commenting on the video really helps the YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. And that's all I gotta say. Of course, hit the notification bell as well. Besides the subscribe button, so you don't miss any of these videos here.